Hey gang, here we are again. This is the day Papa Smurf fires up for the first time in 2 months. Hey, I'm Bob. Thanks for joining me here at Pardee Shop Shenanigans. So if you've been following, I've been working for the last, 2 months on my 1989 Jeep Comanche, getting it ready for the little trek in Moab known as the Easter Jeep Safari in April of 25. Now, my little Comanche is a half a step below, well, maybe 2 steps below Rock Crawler, but it's 2 steps above Pavement Princess. It is a 4-wheel drive meant to be used, but it's my daily driver, so I want to take care of it. Has 258,000 miles on it. I was having some issues with a little bit of a rough idle and some problems just not making me happy, so I've pulled the head, ground the valves, done some other work. Today, we're going to fire it up. Stick around. Let's see if it survives. There it is, my 1989 Jeep Comanche. I've affectionately nicknamed Papa Smurf. Before the fancy one I saw being recovered on Matt's off-road recovery. But started as a 2-wheel drive. It's been my little project here. I converted to 4-wheel drive. It's just got a Dana 30 up front. Factory skid plate. Got a factory skid plate for the gas tank. I've got one to put up underneath for the transfer case as well. Done a bit of work. It's got an 8.8, 48.8 inch rear end, open differentials front and rear. I am going to put a probably an Aussie locker up front, little lunchbox, just to give me a little bit of extra something. Interior's in pretty good shape. Stayed nice and clean over the years. I've got some work to do to it. You can tell it's a 2-wheel drive by the bench seat, but I kind of like my bench seat. Well, it was a 2-wheel drive, I should say. And I like my old man camper. I call it an old man camper because it's got these nice doors here. I can open up, don't have to lean over my tailgate. Although I do have the original tailgate in nearly perfect condition. Interior's been well kept over the years, and so it was worth it to me to spend some extra time, give it some love. I built these guards for my tail lenses there, hoping that a shopping cart doesn't take it out. But today, I now have it put back together. We've been working under the hood here for the last, most of 2 months. And some things that I've done over time, one you could see is I put these shocks here. I really like this. Nothing in the way here. I still have my prop if I really need it, but I don't have to fight that dirty booger every time I'm under the hood. And after all, let's face it, it's a Jeep. I'm often under the hood. I've converted the cooling system to the open cooling system instead of closed. Decided to take out the valve for the heater. I might put a manual valve back in later, but for now I'm not too worried. Most recently, the work I've been doing on this, however, has been pulled the head, ground the valves, also did an intake gasket match, match the head ports and the intake manifold ports to the gasket, open up a little bit of flow. Nothing that's going to be, big horsepower, but it was fun. Also just moved my alternator up high here where it's easier to work on, and it's not down below here where they normally get all kinds of trouble with mud and water and things that cause them to die a premature death. What else is there? I'm not super tickled with my serpentine arrangement on this. I put in a new water pump since it was apart, but I don't have a lot of contact, if you can see here, for my fan. I'd like to have a little more contact, so I'm going to see how that holds up and what it's going to do to me for cooling. Let's see if I can do this without making you and me both dizzy. Extend the old legs. I guess I should have done this before we got started. And going to fire the old girl up. Now, I admit this is not a first time fire up. Last night, before I had the exhaust connected, I just had to fire it at least one time. And started right up, which made me happy. First time I've been this deep into a valve job all on my own, without anybody looking over my shoulder. I've got a brother who is an amazing mechanic, raised by a dad that was an amazing mechanic. So the good news is I've been around it. So let's fire it up. I've got coolant in it, and we'll prime the old pump here. We'll let the fuel pump run a time or two and cycle it. Up the pressure, and let's see. And there we go. Yes, Papa Smurf rock. Loving, loving, loving this. So I'm going to let it idle here for a while. I'm going to check. Want to make sure that I don't have any fuel leaks coming out of any of my injectors, since this was all taken apart. Make sure all my O-rings are in nice shape. I'm going to let this idle and come up to temperature so I can make sure the coolant is up where it needs to be. And from there, we'll see what new life Papa Smurf has to live. But I can tell you, I'm very happy. It sounds much better and is idling much more smoothly than it was before I took it apart. All right, we'll let it warm up. I'll check back in a bit. Well, I couldn't be more pleased with the results of this little bit of work that I did on Papa Smurf. Took it for a drive. My vibration is gone. Runs up to 70 like there's no tomorrow. I can now hear the tires that I've never heard before. Amazing what a new exhaust header will do. Hey, next project up is going to be something that'll make some of your Puritans probably very unhappy. Laying on the ground here is a rock slider from a Jeep Gladiator. It's right from the JT. I'm going to modify those for Papa Smurf. Got to have that done before the Easter Jeep Safari in Moab. You can check out my handiwork while we're there. Hey, if you like this little bit of content, click like and subscribe, and tell a friend or 10, would you? Remember, go out and make somebody smile today. You both deserve it. Bob out.